good morning. This idea that you can't really be happy with your experiences and your time spent with other people until you're happy with yourself is so true. So true. But the thing that's really fucking good about this is that how we feel is not really in our control at all, right? Like, you probably know this when sometimes you're on holidays, like trying to enjoy yourself and you don't actually feel that good. Or you're hanging out with people at a party or some shit and you don't actually feel that good. You're hanging out with your loved ones and doing shit that you should feel good, but you just don't actually feel good. And it's not within your control at all. There's nothing you can do about that. But if you are fully happy with yourself, then miraculously you start feeling a lot better in those other situations around other people, and when you're on holidays and doing shit that you're supposed to enjoy. But feeling good about yourself is fully within your control, 100% within your control, right? It's about discipline and about productivity. For men specifically, feeling good about yourself is just feeling good about the shit that you do, right? Do you respect yourself? Are you being disciplined? Are you being productive? Do you have goals and ambitions? All this, I'll get into all of that and, the essence of self-respect and shit, but it's all fully within your control, basically. It's just about, how much mental strength you're willing to use to, sorry, the sun's coming in now, to discipline yourself, to, start working towards your goals and shit, right? And you can control that, 100%. And then as a result of that, when you do spend your time, enjoying yourself, holidaying, and not holidaying necessarily, but just doing shit that you're supposed to enjoy, hanging out with people, hanging out with family, you do enjoy yourself and you can actually get that insane feeling of joy. So what I'm trying to say is that without your own self-respect, without being happy with yourself, in yourself, your joy gets sapped out of everything else in life. And you can wonder and try and figure out how to enjoy everything else and be like, oh, what the fuck? But if you instead build your own self up, become happy with yourself as yourself, then the joy you start feeling from just other shit in life comes back, right? Comes back in full force. Once you are happy with yourself, and becoming happy with yourself is completely within your control. So it's really fucking awesome and beautiful, basically, because, if you've spent years like I did struggling, with just feeling like shit, you know what I mean? Feeling like shit, especially weirdly when doing stuff that you're supposed to enjoy, it's because you are not happy with yourself just as yourself. Now, there are ways that you can get insanely happy with yourself as a man. As a man, if you are disciplined, productive, working constantly towards, you have purpose and you're working towards goals, and you know that you are doing, everything that you can, you will have an immense amount of self-respect. And if you're not doing this, you will have a very low amount of self-respect, okay? So, I understand that finding purpose and shit is difficult. If you want purpose, self-improvement is, I can just give that to you. Just get on self-improvement, because, you're, right, it's pretty ideal if your purpose can be, it's a bit of a tangent, but it's pretty ideal if your purpose can be something external, right? Helping the world in some way or whatever the fuck. But your capacity to do that is actually very, very low right now. The human that you are right now, right? If you need to be more disciplined, you need to be mentally strong, you need to be wiser, you need to be more developed. Self-improvement is all about upgrading yourself and improving yourself, deepening your character, becoming more of a developed man. So weirdly, you spending some time, a couple years or something, on self-improvement, you should be on self-improvement your whole life, but now, then allows you to like find some sort of higher purpose later. But you can't. It's almost like offensive to devote yourself to like a higher purpose now, because it's like, well, you can't even like concentrate properly. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a bit offensive, but it's kind of true. Like, if you were to be like, oh no, I'm just gonna like volunteer or like help people or some shit, it's like, yeah, but you're not like, if you were to, just trust me, if you were to get on 2 years of self-improvement, your like mental ability, your wisdom, your intelligence, your discipline, your how good you are of a human, your fucking ability to produce and to concentrate and focus will be so much higher. And then you can give your gift even more. So it's sort of like, you're like, yeah, I want to devote myself to something, but it's like, the world doesn't want you right now, because you're kind of pathetic in terms of what you can actually contribute. I know that's like fucked up, and it might not be true. Maybe you're already an amazing developed person, but I'm just saying that it's not selfish at all to devote your life completely to yourself and upgrading yourself. It's not selfish at all, because it's like, you become strong, you become powerful, and then you can look externally and like give your power and your strength to the world. But initially, you know what I'm saying? So back to like before this tangent, your happiness as a guy, I guarantee, no matter what you think or what you've heard, is sorry, this is really distracting, but there's like some people in this headland out here pointing out in the ocean at something, and I really want to go see what it is. I'm gonna go see after this video. But your happiness as a guy is your self-respect, let's say, because happiness is a bit of a weird term for men. Happiness doesn't really come. It's not happiness is like a result, a weird result that sort of happens weirdly. But your self-respect and how happy you are with yourself, let's say that, how happy you are with yourself is basically dependent on your goal. If you have goals, and if you're working towards those goals, right? 100%. If you haven't sort of thought about this before, this is like genuine gold knowledge, right? Having purpose and goals, like having some shit to do and working hard towards it. You probably right now, like, it's actually making you feel a little bit like excited, right? Because you're like, you are like, that's the male fucking spirit, dude. Like, that's like what you're fucking meant to do. But it's insane, because like most guys are literally living in like a plane of reality. This could be you, where like your life isn't really like centered around goals at all. You're kind of just living and existing. And it's like, I'm just telling you, like, having goals and having direction as a guy is like, that's like step one to like, it's like step one, but it's also like step 1 through step 95. So there's like 100 steps to like male development. Step 1 to 95 is just have goals, have direction, and work hard towards them. Like, that's 95% of the fucking journey, right? And 95% of guys don't, more than that, 99% of guys don't actually have goals. So, I'm looking at myself a bit. Don't actually have like goals and direction and shit like that, which is fucking crazy, but it's genuinely like an insane cure. I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, yes, it's hard. Like, it is hard. You have to put in hard work and discipline, and that is difficult, and that will be hard. There's nothing you can do to change that. But like, if you want happiness and you want the fucking results, you'll do it. You'll put in the hard work, because like, well, that's the whole fucking game, right? It's like, I tell you, this is what you have to do to get happy, and it's not just gonna like magically happen. Then it's like, well, now it's up to you to put in the hard work. And I'm telling you, 100% fact, that is what will make you respect yourself. Now, even if you think you do respect yourself and you don't think you have low self-respect, it's not true. You actually do. I know this is fucked up, but I'm speaking from experience here. I always thought I had wicked self-respect, honestly. I was pretty egotistical. I should not have had the ego that I did have. So like, if you don't, so much distracting. There's like 10 people doing laps in the fucking ocean right now, and it's winter in Australia. It's like 15 degrees. Holy shit, this is such a beautiful area. This is why I'm recording this video, because like, for many years I just felt depressed and shit all the time. and I never just was able to like fucking just enjoy life and feel good as fuck. And I was always trying to like address the enjoyment, right? Address, oh, why don't I feel good in this situation? Why don't I feel good talking to these people? No. It was myself. It was being happy with yourself as a core, as a man. Once you're happy in yourself and with yourself, then that is where the happiness comes from. You know what I mean? That's the fucking source of it. So if you're out here, if you're empty inside, your heart is empty, your soul is empty, you have no self-respect, and then you're like expecting to get happiness from the external world. No. The source of the happiness is not the external world. The source of the happiness is within. It comes from within. And it's almost like an act, a sexual act with the world. And this is sounding like fucking a bit spiritual, but it's 100% true. The happiness comes from within you, and it bonds with the world. So when you're having beautiful experiences and when you're hanging out with beautiful people, your happiness animal comes out of you and like fucks the world. You know what I mean? So like the world can have, you know, it's like it's ready to receive you. It's ready to like have sex with you, your soul. But if you're empty inside, you can't mesh with it. And that's a really fucked up feeling, because that's the feeling that you get when you're like, there's amazing shit around you, you're in a beautiful place, and you just feel fucking empty and shit. And I'm telling you, it's because of your lack of own self-respect. Now, even if you think you have self-respect and you've never heard about this before, if you don't have goals and if you don't have purpose and if you're not disciplined, as a man, you will not have self-respect. I know it's fucked up and it's like sad and it might sound even toxic, but it's true. It's 100% fucking true, okay? And I know you can fucking believe me, because you wouldn't be here watching this video about how to feel good and start feeling good in the world if you already felt good. So I know that you feel like you know what I'm fucking talking about, right? Even if it's not extreme, like it doesn't have to be that fucking extreme. I had periods where it was extreme, where it was like 100% of my time I felt like shit. But then there's been periods where it was like not 100%. And it's like the more self-respect I get and the more I focus inwardly, the more it works. Now, I know this is like all that spiritual shit that people say, like, oh, focus inward. And it's true, it's just that then they don't tell you like, okay, well, like, what the fuck do I do once I'm focused inward? You know what I mean? But what I'm telling you to do is be disciplined as fuck. Have some goals for yourself. Be disciplined as fuck and devote yourself to them. Devote your soul to some shit that you actually want. Because when you're not doing this, there's no wonder you have low self-respect, because you're not like getting what you want. You're not working towards what you want. You're not progressing. You're not working. When you have goals and you're like doing shit to get what the fuck you want, obviously like that's going to make you feel good, right? Because you're like, you are working towards getting shit that you fucking want. You're not just doing nothing. Unfortunately for men, like, you can in terms of the definition, you're not doing nothing. You're walking around, you're having a job. But like, what are you actually doing? Like, what's the actual, like, if someone was to say to you, like, what are you working on? Like, where are you going? What's your direction? Like, anything like that. Shit, I think this dude's going to fucking talk to me. Fuck yeah. Well, it's like, in that sense, like, what are you actually doing? Like, what are you doing in life, basically? Oh, I think this guy's, I might have to finish this video. Oh, maybe he's not. Maybe he's just getting a toy. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's not. Fuck. Soon, yeah. Oh, they're going. Fuck. Oh, well. So, sorry, it's unprofessional to be distracted, but I'm just in a really beautiful place right now. There's people with dogs and shit getting around. But the more like, yeah, if you don't have some sort of shit that, some sort of mission, basically, you need a mission and a purpose, and that is what will make you feel good, knowing that like you are respecting yourself. It's almost like there's shit that you want, right? There's shit that you want out of life. There's ways that you can improve. Obviously there are. Now, you might not be like aware of this, you know, because it's fair. You might be a pretty good person and like you're not always thinking about like this shit that you can like improve on, and you know, it's a bit kind of like, it's a bit psychopathic to be like always just thinking like, oh, what can I get better at? What can I get better at? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? But weirdly, like, if you're a guy, that it's happening subconsciously anyway, I fucking promise you. So the idea is that there's all this shit that you want and all these ways that you could get better. And, you know, there's people like me who are a bit psychopathic and will like look at that shit obsessively and be like, what can I get, whatever. But every guy, subconsciously, you know that anyway, right? There's more shit that you want and more ways that you could be respecting yourself. Now, look, honestly, if you feel great all the fucking time, but you're still not disciplined, well, that's just because you're the type of guy that, like, you can have self-respect without being fully, you know, having a mission or whatever. But that's not you, right? Because you're still here watching this, okay? Some guys are like that, whatever. I don't understand that. That's not really who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to guys who know this shit, right? Who know that they're capable of more. And I'm telling you, if you know that you're capable of more, whether it's conscious or subconscious, this is the symptom. Is feeling like shit when you shouldn't feel like shit. Now, even if you don't feel like shit, basically, like, the more you do respect yourself, the more you will fucking enjoy yourself and feel awesome as fuck, like, in the world, right? And the more you will feel happy having these experiences and hanging out with these people that you love. So it might not even be an issue of it might just be an issue of more self-respect. Now, even if you disagree with what I said, you can't disagree that, like, well, if you had some goals, you know, just literally do this right now. Just think about some shit that you want. Oh, I want to get a better physique, right? Or I want to be more charismatic. Or I want to start an online business. Or I want to help. It could be less vain than these things. I just personally like focusing on those things because they're cool as fuck. But it might be like, whatever, just think about some shit you want to do. Maybe it's like some big art project or some big, like, getting insanely good at some skill. There are things that you want, right? Just think of one thing that you would want. And even if you don't, bro, you have to find something that you want to do. If you don't, you're fucked, alright? So just have a fucking goal. And even if you, like, if you don't have, like, if you genuinely can't think of anything, make your goal self-improvement, as I said. Like, make your goal actually, I don't know if I've done a couple takes of recording this video, so I don't know if I said that in this one. Apologies, but if I already have, I'm going to repeat myself. But if you really can't think of anything that you want, focus on improving yourself, right? Improving your character, like getting meditating, all self-improvement habits. First link in the description if you want, like, basically a guide on, like, what you should do if you're in that position. That improves yourself. Make yourself a powerful force that's disciplined and has good focus and is happy, good mental health, good socially and everything like that, and feels good. And then you can, like, devote yourself to, like, helping the world, but once you're, like, a more developed fucking person, obviously. So that's, you know, you might have already thought of some other, maybe you don't give a fuck about self-improvement and you just want to, like, get really good at rock climbing or some shit like that. Sure. I just think self-improvement is awesome as fuck. And if you get on self-improvement, you'll probably be... Actually, no. If you want to get good at rock climbing, just rock climb. If people say, like, oh, self-improvement will make you better at rock climbing, it may, like, probably not. Probably rock climbing will make you better at rock climbing. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking do what you want to do. But there is some shit that you want. And even if there's not, there's self-improvement. And, like, you do want it, basically. So if you were to devote yourself fully towards that, and I know you might think, like, oh, that's some work that I don't want to do. Yeah, but just hear me out. If you were to devote yourself fully towards it, in a theoretical world, I'm not saying you have to, discipline yourself and, like, you know, start doing that shit, well, you would have more self-respect. Obviously, you would have more self-respect. You would be happier with yourself because you're working towards shit that you want, right? No questions asked, right? That's just a complete fact. So you basically have an opportunity to, like, juice up how good you feel in all other times of life just by increasing your own self-respect. You know what I'm saying? Just by pursuing this shit more. Because, as I've said, to fucking sort of finish up this video on this idea, is like your enjoyment of other times in life, of times when you're relaxing, when you're just doing shit with friends, when you're walking around, when you're talking to people. It's so based on how happy you are with yourself already. And you can just, for free, increase how happy you are with yourself by the shit that I've just spoken about. Basically becoming more disciplined and working towards shit that you want, right? Like, no one's forcing you to do this shit. I'm just telling you, like, if you want to, like, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing where, like, yes, you have to endure pain. Like, it's not easy to discipline yourself to, like, to work towards goals and shit, right? Like, it takes, like, it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to feel good. Like, it will feel bad and it will be a struggle, and it will, but the benefits, the effects are, like, good as fuck. Like, that's the whole point of self-respect, is, like, you're sacrificing. You're like, yeah, I'm going to put myself through some shit that is not enjoyable, that I don't want to do, but it's because I'm going to get results that I do want out of life. Now, not only is this like, you should live this way anyway, because then you get the fucking results that you're working towards, but you also get the self-respect and the happiness with yourself, knowing that you're on this mission, knowing that you're doing the right shit, that then allows you to fucking enjoy your experience in the world, like, tenfold. So I'm telling you, dude, like, this is 100% fucking true, that it's self-improvement, and, like, this shit is so fucking beautiful because it's fully within your control. You can just spend time, like, the more you respect yourself, the more you are happy with yourself, the better your experience of life will be. And how do you increase how happy you are with yourself? It's by increasing your self-respect. And how do you increase your self-respect? It's by doing shit, getting shit that you want. It's by respecting yourself. And how do you respect yourself? Well, it's by giving yourself shit that you want, treating yourself well. Are you, like, staying up really late and playing video games? Well, that's not treating. You're not respecting yourself. Are you giving yourself the shit that you want? Well, no, because, like, you might want to be strong and might want a really aesthetic physique, but you're not training, you're not going to the gym, so you're not giving yourself what you want. And that's not vain or whatever. It's just, like, you might actually want that. Like, there's nothing wrong with, like, I just, in my, like, soul and everything, like, I feel good when I look in the mirror and I'm, like, looking sexy. I'm like, yeah, that just makes me feel good. There's nothing, like, it's vain. Well, like, no, it's just, there's no, like, bro, people who say, like, it's vain to, like, want an aesthetic body. This is another random tangent. It's just, like, it's clearly people just projecting, right? Because it's, like, does it even matter? Like, I want it and it makes me feel good. And it's like, oh, it's vain, so I should, like, somehow force myself to not want it. Oh, and then my life's gonna be so much happier now that I've forced myself to not want to look better and I look like shit and I'm so happy. Like, no, like, no, it's not. There's none of this, like, weird vain, like, oh, it's just so you can look good for girls. Like, who gives a fuck? It's something that I want and I'm, like, trying to get it. Like, it's a good thing for my soul and my heart and for everything. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like, something that you fucking want. Like, oh, dude, it's crazy. So my advice is basically address these things that you want, become disciplined, and work on getting these things that you actually fucking want that would make you happier. Like, live the life that you know you should be living, right? Respect yourself. Like, put in the discipline. And the thing is, the reason why you probably haven't done this is because you're thinking that it will be easy and it should feel good. No, it should not feel good. There's no reason why it should feel good. The discipline should feel hard, right? It should be like, that's how you honestly know that you're, like, doing shit that matters. Is it's like, you don't want to do it. Like, there's no moment. There could be some moments where it's like, oh, this actually isn't too bad. But, like, yeah, you got to put in effort and you got to, like, suffer basically to actually, like, be disciplined and get this shit happening. But then you will get amazing self-respect. So if it's easy and it's, like, whatever, and it doesn't take effort, you're not really going to get much self-respect because you would be doing it already anyway. The self-respect comes from when you do some shit that you're not willing to do right now. You know, you change yourself a bit. You're like, fuck, I'm going to actually start working really hard. And I'm telling you, doing that, changing that, your experience of life externally is so fucking beautiful and so much nicer and sweeter. And it's like, it's all fucking worth it because you are happy with yourself and your work. And it's not a dark, scared, like, gloomy thing. It's like a gritty, like fuck your mission thing, you know what I mean? Like, yes, you have to put in the hard work. It's like, this is fucked, this is so hard, but it's not like depressing and shit. It's like you're doing this shit for you. You're putting in effort for yourself. You're getting happy with yourself. Trust me. Don't listen to anyone saying it's all external or like how you perceive the world. No. Get yourself, your core, fucking self-respect. Increase your self-respect through discipline, masculinity, goals, and achievement, and then your experience of the world will be so much brighter, so much more beautiful. Yeah. All right. Love you. Bye.